Hello there. I'm a believer that life insurance is one of the best tools in estate planning. You see, people enter into all kinds of schemes trying to avoid taxes. They part with their properties, giving them up in favor of their children, all too soon. Not realizing that in doing so, they could effectively lose control and even the possession and enjoyment of their properties when circumstances suddenly change. And at times, by this premature transfers, they could even destroy the character of their children, while instead of relying on their own God-given abilities to produce their own wealth, they don't have to. They got wealth from you. And all this happened because we are trying to avoid taxes. Or they push their children into a co-ownership regime such as a corporation, not realizing that in doing so, they effectively push them into a possible conflict situation or even an unequitable situation where one child ends up domineering and dominating, and controlling while all the other children and heirs suffer in silence. And as a result, many properties that are co-owned, many of them end up idle and unproductive. Pushing them into that co-ownership regime, they end up, with your children, being pushed into a conflict situation and your properties being pushed into a state of idleness and disrepair. Why all of this? Because we are trying to avoid taxes. Or we enter to all kinds of illegal transactions, simulated sales, fictitious transactions and all. Why? We're trying to avoid taxes. And we don't realize that we or even our children and heirs in the future might be facing liabilities, civil and even criminal liabilities, all because we are trying to avoid taxes. And there lies the difference, as far as life insurance is concerned. You see, life insurance will not avoid taxes, it will pay taxes. It is designed to pay taxes, thereby allowing you to have full ownership and control over your properties and pass them only at the proper time. And when you pass them on intact and undiminished. Your only consideration is that you must still be insurable. And you only become uninsurable in account of 3 factors. Number 1, age, number 2, health, number 3, financial capacity. And my advice is this: for as long as you are acceptable in all 3, load up on insurance, get as much as coverage as you can, because you cannot find another tool that will allow you to effectively prepare for the full settlement of estate in a timely manner. You see, life insurance is like estate tax, it is triggered by death. When death strikes, estate tax becomes due and demandable, and when death strikes, life insurance proceeds become due and demandable, it becomes cash. Cash that is delivered right at the time it is needed. And that is why, to me, life insurance is one of the best tools in preparing for the settlement and payment of taxes. It is one of the best tools in estate planning. Think about it. Estate planning is probably going to be one of your last acts of love for your family. For your children. Do it well. Do it right. Make the right move. You will be leaving behind a blessed generation.